Hey fellow sun chasers, we are hitting the road. It's moving day. Leaving this Boondockers Welcome host and heading it to another Boondockers Welcome host. It's an excellent organization. We love Boondockers Welcome. So many opportunities to park, basically for free. We really enjoy it. You get to meet the most wonderful people, including Scott and Kathy here in Grantville, Georgia. So we're moving on to a place called Allentown, Georgia. Another, like I say, another host. So just putting everything away. I'm gonna put the slides in, hook onto the trailer, and we are out of here. It's only about a 2.5 hour drive from here, so it's not too bad at all. We'll be there mid-afternoon. So, we'll see you on the road.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Good morning. We are now set up at our next destination, another Boondockers Welcome host. We're in Allentown, Georgia. We pulled in here last night around supper time, I guess you could say. Got set up, met up with our host, and as a matter of fact, they had other guests here. So we had a great time last night. We all gathered around after dinner, had some beverages, sat around the fire, had some great discussions about camping and so much more. No, it was really enjoyable here. We're here for 2 more nights. And so today we will be heading out in the truck just to check out some of the scenic back roads, see what there is to see. See if we can find some interesting attractions. I'm sure there's something to be found. I really haven't done much research yet, but I'm sure there's lots of things to see and do around Allentown, Georgia. Alright, so let's hop in the truck and go for a drive. Okay, so we stopped here at this cemetery for a reason that's not yet apparent to us. Our host back up at our Boondockers Welcome site suggested that if we wanted to tour the area, this is one of our stops we should make. He said there's a particular stone or a particular little plot here that should draw some attention, draw our attention, and that there's some intriguing thing about that particular burial site. He would not explain it beyond that. He just said basically look for the stone and take note of what it says. He says it actually supplies an answer, and it'll be up to us to determine the question. So that's intriguing. So we need to look for a particular burial stone, headstone, and just take it from there. So I have no idea what he's talking about, but we're going to look around. It should become readily obvious at some point. I see a funky stone off in the corner. It's kind of balanced on one corner. That might be it. Might not be it. There are some beautiful headstones here for sure. Graveyards and burial grounds always fascinate us. Okay, I think we found the stone in question, and it's going to provide an answer for which we need to determine the question. Yeah, that does sound strange. This one in here, this one is balanced here on one corner. That's kind of cool. A lot of interesting headstones, but this one is incredibly fascinating. And we do in fact have an answer. $7,631. So we need to figure out what that means. Walk around a little bit, see if we can find some other clues. Pondering that answer, 7631. I have no idea what that's all about. So I'm just walking among the headstones. There are some beautiful ones here for sure. Some old burials. So fascinating to think of the stories buried here. Okay, I guess maybe I might have to head back over to the truck and we'll move on to something else, and I'll have to think about this for a while. I have no idea what kind of question there would be to go with the answer 7631. That might take some pondering. All right, let's hop back in the truck. It's a beautiful day here in central Georgia, and it's moving day. So we're leaving our Boondocker host here in Allentown, Georgia, heading south now back down to the Gulf Coast. We are relocating to a place called DeFuniak Springs, Florida. We'll be spending a couple of weeks in Florida, working our way over to the Atlantic coast. It's a little longer leg of the trip today. It'll be about 5 hours. Normally we like to keep our travel distances shorter than that, but we're anxious to get back down to the coast. So getting all packed up here, ready to go. Slides are in, things are put away. It's just a matter now of hooking the truck onto the trailer and disconnecting our services that our host generously offered. We have power and water, which is a little unusual when you're boondocking. It's always appreciated. So we'll finish up here and we'll get on the road. And we're now set up at our next destination. We're parked just outside the little town of DeFuniak Springs, Florida. It's a pretty good setup here. This fellow's got several sites along the woods here with actually full services, which is unusual in the world of boondocking. Normally we expect to have no hookups at all. So he's provided us with water, power, and sewer. So that's awesome. So we're facing out into this field, and apparently there are times when he's got this place just full of RVs. So that'd be pretty wild. You could probably fit 20 or 25 RVs in here. That would be busy. I see a massive pile of firewood in the middle with the fire pit. So I'm assuming I'm expecting a big get-together this weekend. Actually, our host had mentioned that some friends of his are bringing their RVs this weekend. So I'm assuming that this place will be busy. So it's a pretty good spot as far as boondocking is concerned. Lots of room. Actually, it's pretty quiet. We are on just basically this back country road, so not a lot of traffic. We're surrounded by farmland, so it's actually quite peaceful. Lots of birds chirping. It's very relaxing, very peaceful. I think you're gonna like it here, but it's going to be warm for the next few days, so that's the only downside. You only have 15 amp electric, which means we can't run our air conditioning. But we do have some fans inside, so that'll help to keep it cool. And it is getting warm, so I might head on inside, relax and chill with a cold beverage. If I head out later on, explore some of the surrounding area, see what there is for shopping, hiking trails, that sort of stuff. So after driving around for a bit, we came across this trailhead, National Scenic Trail called the Florida Trail. We're not ready right now to do any hiking, but we thought we'd stop at least look at it, check out the signage here, and see what sort of trail it is. Actually, it looks like an old roadway. Here's old beat up pavement going back to the trail. That's what the signs have to say. definitely want to come back here and hike this trail. It looks pretty cool. Good morning. So we're really enjoying this stay with this particular boondocker host. We're nestled among all these farms and horse pastures. It's really a lovely spot here, nice and quiet and peaceful. Very little road noise. We're really all just on this little side road with very little traffic. It's a dead end, so there's really no traffic on this road besides just the locals. We're probably half a mile to the nearest major road, so we can't even really hear any traffic there whatsoever. So we're really loving it here. It's very quiet and peaceful. Most times all we can hear are birds chirping. So we're just going for a little walk with the dogs right now. Just wide open space, like I say, with some horses and cows on the adjacent properties. Quite lovely. Well, I've got some late breaking news. We've actually changed our route drastically. We are actually getting ready to head home as quickly as possible. With all this talk of the coronavirus going on, we decided we'd best be getting back to Canada as quickly as we can before Canada shuts its borders off. From what we're hearing, a lot of countries around the world now are closing borders and stopping all international travel. So I guess that means we need to get home ASAP. So we're getting ready to roll out of here tomorrow morning. This is March 15th, so we were actually planning on taking a month and a half to get home. But instead, it's going to be about 30 hours to get home. So it might be 3 days, it might be 6 days. We'll see what the weather's like. There's no guarantee that we'll have decent weather. So it could turn into a slow, cumbersome, nasty drive home. We'll see. Right now we're going to head off to Walmart, pick up a few essentials, and then we'll be rolling out of here tomorrow morning and making a beeline for the homeland.